Good morning and welcome to Kehillat Shari Torah's review of Halacha for Monday, March 14th. We are now getting into the laws and customs of Pesach. We're going to go through a brief booklet called Kitzur Hilchos Pesach, a summary of Halachas of Pesach by Rabbi Shimon Eder. This is a fairly brief booklet. Hopefully we'll be able to cover it in the time that we have between now and Pesach so we can remind ourselves of those laws and customs which are relevant to the holiday which we're about to have the merit to celebrate. The month of Nisan, which begins in just a little over 2 weeks. The Torah calls the month of Nisan the first month of the year, as it says in the Torah, HaChodesh hazeh lechem, Rosh Chadasham Rishon hu lechem l'chodshei Hashana. This month shall be for you, the beginning of months, it shall be the first month of the year. That's in Exodus chapter 12. Although we count years from Tishrei, because of the greatness and significance of Nisan, we count months from Nisan. And there's a whole conversation here about the significance of Nisan and so on. Just one historical note, the Mishkan, the tabernacle, the portable sanctuary that we carried with us through our 40-year sojourn through the desert, and then later for a number of hundreds of years into Israel before the temple was built, was dedicated, inaugurated Rosh Chodesh Nisan. And the Nesi'im, the princes of the tribes of Israel, offered sacrifices in this month for the dedication of the Mishkan. Each Nasi established the day that he offered his sacrifices as a Yom Tov. So since it was a special time and it was a Yom Tov for each of the tribes, so we recollect this by omitting Tachanun from our prayers for the beginning of Nisan. And since we're going to omit them during the Yom Tov also, so the majority of the month is like the whole thing. So we will not be saying Tachanun for any of the month of Nisan. Sorry for those who are disappointed by that. Until after Rosh Chodesh Iyar. Also, there are some who have accustomed to recite the offerings brought by each Nasi for the first 12 days. Okay, during the times that the temple existed, the sages, our sages of blessed memory, enacted that Torah scholars should lecture publicly on the laws related to each festival 30 days before the festival. This is called Shoelim V'Dorshim. Shloshim Yom Kodem HaChag, Shoelim V'Dorshim B'Hilchos HaChag. 30 days before the holiday commences, we should begin teaching and asking questions about the pertinent laws of the holiday. So Sukkah, Rosh Hashanah, we should speak about the shofar, and so on. For Pesach, we have to review the basic laws: kashering, beer chametz, getting rid of chametz, baking matzahs, and celebrating the Seder in its proper way. Even though the temple was destroyed, he writes here, the requirement that the Torah scholars begin teaching 30 days before the holiday, so that people will be familiar with and proficient in the laws pertinent to the holiday, was not abolished. So here we are. We even have a few days to spare. We're just a little bit more ahead of 30 days before Pesach. Shabbos before Pesach is called Shabbat Hagadol, the Great Shabbos, Shabbos Hagadol, and there is a drasha on that. We'll speak about that in due course. The minhag of Ma'os Chitin, money for wheat, to make challah, to bake matzah. Don't bake challah for Pesach. It was a minhag in Jewish communities, a custom throughout the world, to place a tax upon its members in order to purchase wheat for distribution to the poor for their Yom Tov needs. This is an early custom which dates back to the time of the Talmud. Some communities have the custom to distribute flour and other food supplies necessary for Pesach. In most communities nowadays, the custom is to supply the needy with funds to purchase their necessities for Pesach. Thankfully, here in our fair city of Toronto, there are plenty of retail locations where one can lay in a supply of Pesach goods, so we provide the needy with funds to do that. So, any conduit you use to do that is appropriate and acceptable and praiseworthy. If I can help you in any way be the conduit for those funds to make sure that those who are in need that we know of get sufficient funds to get what they need to be able to celebrate the holiday with joy and with a sense of freedom, I'm more than willing to do that. If you know of someone who is in need, please let me know so that we can be of help to them also. Okay, we will pause at this point, and we will continue tomorrow. Have a good day.